Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate your taking a minute or two out of your busy day to check out this beer review. This one is Clown Shoes. Clown Shoes, guys. This is their Undead Party Crasher, guys. I did this a couple years ago when it was in the great big 22-ounce bomber and they weren't dating anything at that time. Now they're doing these in cans, big 16-ounce cans. And it looks like it's a heat shrunk wrapper, so they're not having these cans printed up, but they are putting these heat shrunk sleeves on there. To me, that they would save a little money if they just put a plain Jane wrap around, stick on label on them instead of having the process of heat shrinking these plastic sleeves onto the can. But yeah, I don't run the show. I just review beers. So and this actually has a canned on date on the bottom of it. They are putting that on there, and this one was canned on January 7th of 2018. So this is a 2018 version. A very colorful label. All the labels that the guys at Clown Shoes are very, very colorful. A lot of I don't know what they pay the guy that does the artwork on there, but I'm sure he's not wanting for a bologna sandwich anytime soon. I'm saying he's making a few pennies off of these. But anyway, I reviewed this a few years ago, and I thought it was pretty tasty. It didn't get to 10, and I don't expect this one to either, but I did think it was a very tasty A beer, and that's what I give it. So we're gonna. I bought a 4-pack of these. They were at the beer store. They weren't at Kroger's. Had to go over to see Martin and the guys at the barrel chest, and they weren't cheap to buy. I mean, 4-pack of these were like $16. But it's a 10%er. It's not a small or a low ABV beer. So it is what it is. If you want to play, you have to pay. So I decided to go ahead and pick up a 4-pack of these since it's been a while since I've seen it, and it did have a date on it, so I know what vintage it is. That makes a big difference to me, guys. I'm sick and tired of buying out-of-date beers that you can't read the label on, like Lagunitas does, without having to empty the beer out to see it, or having a Best Buy, Enjoy Buy, Use Buy, or whatever buy date on them. I don't like that either. So, and you guys know that. I am a date Nazi. I want to see a date on every freaking beer that I buy. So, with that being said, let's get on with this one. These guys, Clown Shoes, are up in Massachusetts. And like I told you, it's a 10%er. I'm not really, let's see, we'll step over to Untapped. They have it at 80 IBUs, guys. And their commercial description says, previously named Vampire Slayer, but renamed due to legal wrangling, brewed with holy water and dark malt, smoked locally with hickory and ash. So, should have a little bit of smokiness to it. A great big Imperial Stout here. So, let's see what it brings to the table. Final beer of the evening for me here, guys. So, let's get it on. Let's pop the top on this bad boy. And into the glass we go. And while I pour this, I'll tell you the cheeses are buttery, brie, good Havarti Swiss, general, chocolate, digestive, meat, beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glass bottle, pint, bacchanalic tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass. I got my favorite tulip glass today, guys, and can be sold for long periods of time. I can't see any reason why you could not, or should not, or whatever you want to do. All right, nice finger of head. Very dark beer, pitch black here, guys. Not getting any light at all through the glass. A great looking Imperial Stout. So, to the nose we go. Very nice aroma. Rich roastment, almost to the burnt characteristics on the malt. Hint of some bittersweet chocolate in there. Not getting a lot of smokiness or anything like that because it's cold right out of the fridge. That may come out as we let it warm to room temperature, which I intend to do, as I always do. Got a very nice sweetness to the back end. I don't think they use any lactose. It doesn't tell us what they do, but it does have a nice sweetness. A very nice smelling beer. It really is. So let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Decent beer. I mean, and they probably have a different name for the bourbon barrel version of this. They're probably calling it something completely different than a barrel-aged Undead Party Crasher, which is what this one's called. Because a lot of the breweries do that. If they put it in a bourbon barrel for a while, they change the name of the beer. Some do, some don't. Very tasty, decent beer. Don't think it's world class. It's not blowing my hair back on my socks off. A decent Imperial Stout, 10% non-barrel aged. A decent beer. Like I said, not too pricey. A little bit more than what I wanted to pay for 4 16-ounce cans, but it is what it is. If you want to drink a 10% Imperial Stout, you're usually going to pay between $12 and $15 or more for a 16-ounce can of a 10% beer. There are exceptions to that rule, but I usually like to finish up the evening, as you guys know, with a heavier, darker beer. So this is it for me on the evening. So let me sip on this for a while, and we'll come back and see where this one lands on the chart. Alright guys, I'm back. A little bit left here. Been sipping on it about 30 minutes or so. Decent beer. It's not blowing my hair back on my socks off or anything like that. A decent 10%. The other half informed me that this was like a $13.99 for a 4-pack of 16 ounces. Not too awful bad. You do the math there. 64 ounces of beer for $13.99. The disadvantage for 16 ounces as opposed to a 12 ounce in a 6-pack, you're going to get 72 ounces. And a 4-pack of 16s, you're going to get 64 ounces. So 8-ounce differentiation between a 4-pack of 16s and a 6-pack of 12s. So we bought some Stony Russian Imperial Stout, which I did about a week ago, and they were like $15.99 for a 6-pack of those. So you're paying $2 more for 8 more ounces, but you can have them 6 different nights or days as opposed to 4 of these, because you can't save these beers. Once you pop the top or open the bottle, you have to drink it. You can't save this much out of each bottle or each can. So pretty typical of what you're going to pay for this style of beer, being a 10%er. So with that being said, this doesn't blow my hair back on my socks off or anything like that. A decent Imperial Stout at 10%. The biggest plus I could say to this beer that they are dating the cans as opposed to the bottles, which I did a couple years ago. I think Clown Shoes is dating their bottles now. I'm not sure. I hope they are. But the cans that are dating, so I don't know if they're going to start producing all their beers in cans and making them available with a date on the bottom of it now. I do appreciate those guys having a dating machine where they can date their cans. So, and it's not like having black ink on a brown bottle like Lagunitas does, and a lot of other breweries do, where you can't see that dating code with the beer in the bottle. So, Can's the way to go, no doubt about it, guys. I've been telling you that for several years now. This is like a mini keg. So, let's do the final chug on this one. Decent beer, but not outstanding. Alcohol is very well hidden, I will say that. It doesn't have a sharp bitterness to the back end. It's not like it's been done with lactose where you have a big sweetness. If it was, in just my opinion, if it was me, I would throw a little lactose in there to give this thing a little bit more sweetness to balance out the bitterness they've got going on with this beer. But I'm not the brewer there, so it's up to them to produce the beer they want to produce. But that's just my 2 cents, guys. To me, it's an A- beer, and that's where I'm going to put it. 90 for me. We've had 3 90s in a row now. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 4.15. So we've got better numbers from each one we've done over the last 3 days. Not quite to their A category, pretty close from these guys. So I would consider that an A- number also. And over to Untapped, they have it at 3.99. That is their B plus A- scale. So giving it the benefit of the doubt, let's just say all 3 of us saying it's an A- beer. So with that being said, if you've had the 2018 can version of the Undead Party Crasher from Clown Shoes, let me know what you think. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.